Hey everybody, okay, today's video is going to be a little bit about everything. We actually had a pretty productive 1 hour meeting with Steve, who is our consultant on Property Base, to kind of go down this list that we wrote last week. So Lynn just sent you an email, which is going to be very informative. So go down that. Now I'm kind of doing a video of a few things so that you know what is going on. Kind of you can see what comes in as us. So I'm going to start real quick. This is a Zillow lead that just came in. So it imported, and we keep telling you it imports half-ass because generally the buyer is checked right here. So you can tell that neither a buyer or a seller is checked. So when we get these things, we have to go in here and check what it is right here. And sometimes they're checked. Most of the times they are, sometimes they're not. The big thing that is not checked when they come in is what kind of a lead it is. It's a hot lead. So we have to check that so that it obviously comes into our report to show that it's a hot lead. The next thing that we have been asking for is, hey, when the lead comes in for Zillow, it's not giving us all the property information. So I've been copying and pasting those into the notes section. So my biggest frustration with this database, it's holding all of our information, which is good. The bad thing, it's in so many different places. It's not even funny. It's very confusing. So normally, we have it under notes because that's what we put everything on. It has a streamline of it, and that's just not happening. So what they have done and said it's the only way they can do it when they automatically import our leads is to put it under this inquiry tab. So if you click your marketing tab, see this inquiry tab right here? When you click on that, right here, now down here, it's telling you which property this client has inquired upon. I understand that's a long other step. Everything seems to be step after step, but that's where it's importing at. So I am trying to go in there and copy and paste it and put it in the notes, which is where you're familiar with, but we're not going to be able to do that on all of them. So I wanted you to know that. So obviously we're just importing Zillow now. It says Trulia, but that's coming through Zillow. Next, we're going to do HomeLight and see how they're going to import as well. But they're telling us they can't import directly into the notes. It's going to import into an inquiry. Okay. The next thing that you're going to see change pretty soon, see this and this. This is duplicative. This one's going to go away. This one's going to stay because it has everything we need. We were trying to make a shorter list because all of this stuff we use here, then down here is a list of everything, and it's just getting a little bit confusing. So this is going to go away soon where you only have one of these lists, and it's going to have everything in here on one spot. So just hang tight on that one to let you know that. Okay, so now we're going to go and go down the list of the things that our questions were. So the number one thing was, how do we mass email? All of you look at the top bar right here. You should now have what's called a contact manager up here. If you don't have it, there's a button over here that may say more, but you should see this on your top screen. Again, don't ask me why everything's not in the same place, but it's not. So if you click on Contact Manager because you want to email all of your future your future people, because that's what our current project is right now. Remember, we've asked to contact all of your future people to get them and see if you can get anything converted. You're going to click your Contact Manager, and if you will see over here, there's various types of things you can filter. The listing type, that just means sale or lease. Lead source, so if you wanted to say, I want to see all of my Dave Ramsey clients, you literally click that button right there. These are now all your Dave Ramsey clients. So I want to email all of my Dave Ramsey clients. I literally just sorted for them, clicked it here. Right here is send an email, and that is your mass email right there. Okay? Pretty simple, but watch what you're doing, because if I just filtered Dave Ramsey, you got to think about it a second. That was all statuses, so there's price changes. We're going to see if we can move some of this around. Just hang tight with us for a second. We just learned this today. But the main thing is this button right here can add a filter, and the first filter that you always want to look at is the stage field. So if we're looking at, that's, hold on, here we go. We want to know what stage it is. So it includes, and I want it to be active. I only want to send things to active, or sorry, I only want to send things to hot, pre-approved, listing, whatever you need to see. Make sure you choose your stage. So if you go back to, if you don't want just Dave Ramsey, it's easy to exit off. So let's go back to our current project. I want to send a mass email to all my future clients. Simply, here's your stage. You don't want it to be active. You want it to be, hold on, future. Right there. I just pulled all my future people. Simply click the button at the top. That's all your future people. Hit send email. You can also start a drip campaign right here. Okay? So what has been happening today is he started some drip campaigns. They are going out like crazy. If you get emails from people replying with complaints or just comments, he's sending them all the same. He did not exclude some statuses that I told him to do. So we'll talk about that later, but those are all going out in masses right now. So that's how you do a mass email. Now, remember to do a mass text. Don't ask me why they're not in the same place. You're going to go back over here to your contact tab because there's your mass SMS. And if you want to send it to whoever you want to send it over here, here's my future leads here. I can click it here and send a mass text. Again, I don't know why it's not in the same spot. Okay, let me see what's down the list. Lynn has answered the SMS. She's answered that. The closed answer. Okay. We are working on this. It shall be done this week, hopefully sooner rather than later. Your listings and closings tab. In order to get a quick look of what are your listings and what are your closings, they have imported a group of about 10 right now that have multiple closings. So they were a buyer and a seller, or they had 2 listings or 2 buyers or whatever. I have reviewed those and sent my comments to them. They were almost imported correctly, which was very good news. So the import is not completely done yet. So don't freak out if all your stuff isn't here yet, but it's almost correct and we want them to import it correctly. If you click on the closings tab right here, I've pinned mine to all sell closings, and we're going to edit this just a little bit. But when you click that drop down, something I want you to notice that I don't like, this is rentals and this is sales. So notice that that's 2 different lists. The next thing is my closed closings. So those are your closed people, and my open. This all sales means everybody in the world, every status. Anything that's open means my current closings, my as in me personally, that I have in the system. You see my name. Well, let's go. There's my ID. This is the address. So clearly these are the ones that are entered wrong that I'm going to have to go back and put the address in. Then you're going to see the buyer name. You're going to see the seller name. You're going to see the sales price. You're going to see the executed date. You're going to see the closing date. You're going to see the closing status, then the owner finance. So that's my closings right there. If I want, what is missing is all open closings. That's the one that I'm having them add because I don't want to see all sale closings that have closed all the time. Right now, I want to see all open closings, not just my open closings. Hold on. I'm making a note. So go take a look, see which one of yours are missing. If they are missing and you have a closing after our export date, which was the August 19th or 20th, you need to add them. So under your open closings, it should say that. Same thing with your listings tab. So this looks pretty good. Look, we have fields, all active listings. That's everybody's active listings here. You can see this is the title, which is the address, our listing price, our listing date, our property owner, which is our seller, how many days on the market, and then our names over here. So you can sort this anyway. It's currently sorted by address over here, or you can resort it, you know, if you're looking at everybody's and do it like this. There's some bogus information in this list. Don't worry about it. They're taking it out. When you see Annie, this was all of our test data in here. There's also some test data in the closings that you can ignore. Just look at your own name and see what's going on. You focus on all all my active listings. That's going to show you your current active listings. As you can see, this has the address, the listing price, the days on the market, the created date. I may be adding some more fields on here, so just get the basic information in here right now, because this is what we're going to be working on. Lynn and I will be working on mainly cleaning up the closings portions right now that say that we see that there is the missing info. We're going to do it per person, which is a little bit easier. So let's just see Angela's, her address is missing here. That's because she entered it before we told you how to do it correctly. So we're going to be going back and getting all of that information filled in accurately. You'll see all the bogus information right here like this, but if you go in and you're looking at all of my open closings is what I want you to focus on. So if you see missing information in here, if you're able to add it in there, like the executed date and the close date, you guys go ahead and add that. I think that, I'm not sure what it's going to let you do, but it's not letting you add the address, which is what we're going behind you and doing. But if it'll let you add the buyer, the seller, and the sales price and any of this information, go ahead and do that. Let me see what else she has on there. I think that's it for right now, going down the list. If I missed anything, shoot me an email and we will get that adjusted. We've got a couple of things that are still on our list that we're gonna maybe talk to them this afternoon, if not later this week. Next up is getting Cammie's stuff imported and our reports done on page 1. That's it, ladies. Thank you.